a visit to the United Nations. I need to know these words: aid, countries, guide, medicine, United Nations, world. Where's the United Nations? Your class is taking a field trip to the United Nations. The United Nations is in New York City. Your class works toward a large building. The building is the home of the United Nations. Look at the flags of the different countries. These flags are from the countries of the United Nations. A guide takes you through the building. The guide tells you all about the United Nations. People come to the United Nations. People come from countries all over the world. People come to solve problems in the world. The guides at the United Nations speak different languages. The United Nations began in 1945. Each country that joined was a member. The United Nations had 51 members in 1945. Today, the United Nations has almost 200 members. Who meets at the United Nations? Each country sends a person to the United Nations. These people work together in meetings. These people work together to help other countries. This room is the General Assembly. Do you know someone who speaks a different language? People speak many languages at the United Nations. How do people understand each other? Some workers have the job of changing what one person says into another language. People at the United Nations speak many languages. What problems do countries have? Countries have many problems. For example, dry weather might be a problem. Farmers in one country cannot grow enough food. Other countries may have extra food. The United Nations gives the extra food to people who need it. The United Nations sends food to people who are hungry. Some children live far from schools. Many children in the world do not have enough medicine. The United Nations finds ways to help children all over the world. Every country wants children to be healthy. How does the United Nations help? The United Nations sends help or aid to countries. The aid may be food, water, or medicine. The aid may be people who help. The helpers may be doctors, builders, or teachers. A team of builders helps people who lost their homes. Sometimes the United Nations sends soldiers to help too. Many countries have problems. Imagine that you are a member of the United Nations. What kind of aid will you send? Problem: aid. People are hungry. People are sick. An earthquake destroyed many houses. The United Nations has projects too. Some projects help people who have problems now. Some projects prevent problems. These projects started because many countries want to help. The countries want the world to be a better place. United Nations Project, Brazil. Some projects help people who have small farms. Cambodia. Some projects help people after a war. Eastern Europe. Some projects help make the air cleaner. North Africa. Some projects keep deserts from spread.